Hi, friends. Second community lesson today. Last time we talked about people that work in the community, and I said that next time we would talk about some places where those people work. And your community, remember, is just a very big word for where you live and the things that are around you. It's kind of like your neighborhood. When you go out for a walk, think about the things that you see. If you just live where there are houses, then of course you're just going to see houses. But some people live like downtown, where you might see a store or a restaurant or a hair salon. Or when you go for a drive in the car with mom or dad, then you will see lots of different types of places where people work. That's called your community. It's where people live and they work. So I have two activities that I thought might be fun for you to do at home. Those of you that like to do crafty things and make stuff. The one is if you have a large piece of paper or like a poster board size paper, you can use what we learned about three-dimensional shapes to build your own little town. So I'm going to move the camera to show you the little town. See, there is a large piece of paper I used. And then I have some trees and grass that I drew. I drew the road. And then I have my three-dimensional buildings. I tried to do some rectangular prisms and some cylinders to make some different buildings. So I have a post office. I have the grocery store. I have a apartment building, a hair salon, a fire station, and then there's another apartment building. Okay. So think about the places that you see when you go out for a drive or when you went out for a drive the last time. Think about where people work. I told you guys about all different names of jobs last time. A police officer, they work at the police station. A nurse would work at a hospital or a doctor's office. A dentist would work at a dentist's office. A doctor at a doctor's office or at a hospital. A scientist would work in a laboratory, which would have to be inside a building. A mechanic, a person that fixes cars, so they would have a garage. Construction worker, they could be building a house or a building, or they could be working on the road. What else do we have? A plumber. Plumber could work in a house or in an office building, anywhere that has running water and bathrooms, because that's a plumber works on that kind of stuff. A teacher, you could have a school. A librarian works in a library. So there's lots of different places. You could also get online with mom and dad and look for some pictures of places in your community. I found a grocery store picture, a giant, and I have a picture of Wegmans, but I'm sure you could probably find a picture of McDonald's, Rite Aid, CVS, Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm trying to think. Red Robin, Dairy Queen. Might be able to find pictures of different types of places, and you could put them on your big picture of a town. To make the buildings, I just cut up strips of paper and then I bent them to have them stand up. You could also cut your paper into cubes and tape it together into little boxes like we had made in class before. Or the cylinder shapes, you just roll the paper, or if you have some empty paper towel rolls or toilet paper rolls, you could use those too. And you can make a map. This is like a map of a town or a neighborhood or a community, our new word. The other idea I had was I also printed some pictures of inside of a grocery store. If you think about it, there is a picture looking at the fruits and the vegetable section in the grocery store. And the food is all separated. All the oranges are together, all the apples, all the bananas, all the lettuce, all the broccoli. They each have their own section, their own place in the grocery store. And then I have another aisle. This I think is from Walmart. If you look at the different aisles, they have, all the paper towels together, all the tissues together, all of the pretzels and potato chips together, all of the soda together. So this second activity is to think about how a store or how a place looks inside of it. Okay? When you go into the library, you see all of the books in different sections. You see tables for people to sit. There's the desk or the table where the librarian sits to check out your books. So I have a little, it's kind of like a diorama. Usually you make them out of boxes and then you put stuff inside of it. So I made mine out of paper, and I drew the inside of the grocery store, the fruits and the vegetables area. So I have my fruits in different sections, some vegetables over here. I have the arrows showing where people should be walking. And this is a little scale where you would set your fruit and vegetables on to weigh them. And then the little price ticket comes out that you put on. So when you go up to the cash register, you know how much your fruits or vegetables are going to cost. So how did I make that? I took a regular piece of paper and you put a little cut, just one cut, near each of the corners of your paper, facing different directions. Okay, then take the two pieces of a corner, fold them together, and you staple. Fold another side together and you staple. And you do that to each of your four corners. And then that gives you your little box shape. And then I just kind of press it to straighten it out. So you can make a bunch of these, and you can make the inside of different buildings, and then you could set them up somewhere in your house. And maybe you have little Lego people or little figures, and the people could go from place to place and go shopping, or take your cars and drive them to different places. So it's just a way for you guys to make your own little community. Think about the things that you know are in the community and use them and play with them just for fun. In school we would have done some similar activities, and I'm going to send an email to Mom and Dad with some other ideas and some other pictures of the maps, the projects that you can do. So please take some time and do them. I know you guys are creative, and most of you like to draw and cut out things and do crafts. So I thought this might be a fun way for you to practice the things that you know are in a community, and maybe look on the internet and find some other things that you didn't realize were in the community, or learn more about them. So have fun, take some pictures if you decide to make something, and that's it. Enjoy the community. Bye.